Hello and welcome to my Jeans Paper Jewels channel. Today I'm sharing the card I made for Craft Roulette episode 329. The guest was Donna Mack. We were to make a bookbinding card with roadside market colors, the element of plant or plants, and the random grid. Now I have a tutorial on how to make this horizontal bookbinding card, and I will link it in the description box below this video. But all you do is take a half a sheet of 8.5 by 11 paper and cut it the long ways, so you have 4.25 by 11. You score it 2 times, once at 4.25 and once at 5.5, and that extra score line right there makes the bookbinding part, and then you just fold the front back. So I made mine a horizontal bookbinding card. You can also make them in the vertical position by taking half a sheet of cardstock that's cut 5.5 by 8.5, and you score it in the middle like you're making an A2 card at 4.25 as usual. And then you can score this part whatever size you want. Now I scored mine at 3 so that the bookbinding part is 1.25 inches, but you can make it smaller if you want for this style. Now I use the Relaxing Waterside stamp set for my card, and used the Have a Great Birthday that I stamped on there with Misty Moonlight ink. And then this piece of paper from the Waterside Retreat paper is easy to fussy cut the fish out. So that's what I did. This is a 4x4 panel of the Designer Series paper. And then the other side is 1x4. You can also put paper on the inside or decorate it however you want, but I just fussy cut the fish out of this paper so that I could pop them up on their matching image and make it a little bit more glitzy. So I used this little piece of the Peaceful Pine Gingham Gallery on the inside because I needed to fulfill the grid parameter for Craft Roulette. But it was a real easy card to make, and it didn't take much time. I added a few plants on there to fulfill that parameter. And then these little stones are left over from a paper pumpkin kit. This little panel right here is a cut apart from the Waterside Retreat Designer Series paper. So it was a fun card to make, FUNN, Craft Roulette style. And you will see how to make it in the video that I have linked below. Now the last thing I wanted to talk about was the shimmery fish. If you can see them, they're nice and sparkly and shimmery, and I did that with a Wink of Stella. This Wink of Stella brush is a clear brush that has just a little bit of glimmer in it to make it shine. So I recommend you having this for many reasons, because it just adds that bit of shine wherever you want it. You can brush it on and it doesn't flake off like glitter. It just makes a nice shimmery accent on paper. So thanks for joining me today. I hope you join us for Craft Roulette sometime. It airs on Friday nights at 6:10 Central Time. It begins with a slideshow of the previous week's submissions. And then at 6:30 p.m., Mary Gunn and her guests come on and spin for the parameters. It's an interesting show and sometimes real challenging. Sometimes it's easy to put together and sometimes it's not. This time it was pretty easy parameters. And a bookbinding card is one of the easiest fun folds to make. So I thank you again for joining me. Will you please like and subscribe and share my videos? I'd sure appreciate it. Have a good day. Bye.